It's the content creator. I hit like Brian Beta. I'm back on the track of the facts and all that. Today, I want to discuss an important topic that is overlooked when the average man or woman talks about the president or the executive branch of the national government. Because of the extensive news coverage the elected official who holds the office gets, many people look at the president like he is the king. In America, there's three branches of government: the executive, legislative. Well, legislative will be the first branch. The executive will be the second, and then you have the judicial branch will be the third. And that's exactly how it's written in the Constitution as well. The legislative branch will be the first branch. The executive branch will be the second branch, and then the third branch of government will be the judicial branch of the government. And what I wanted to do was look at the structure of not the national government, but the local governments, because this is where we need to start. Being that there's no president in America, you've got to start locally. The best place to start is locally. Let me say that. And what we come to find out is, if you haven't been living under a rock, or just not even, let me not say you haven't been living under a rock, because I think the problem is that we've been miseducated. That's the problem. And the structure of the executive branch of the government is led by a governor. Well, I live in New York, so the executive branch of the government in New York would be Kathy Hochul, who's the governor at this point in time. So wherever you live at, you should know who is the governor of the state in which you live in. And the executive branch is led by a governor. This branch is responsible for carrying out state laws. Other officials include the lieutenant governor, secretary of state, and attorney general. And you got the legislative branch of the local governments. And this is the lawmaking body, consisting of elected representative. Most states have bicameral legislature, two houses, though Nebraska, a unicameral one-house legislature. Though Nebraska has a unicameral one-house legislature. Judicial branch, this branch interprets state laws. It is typically headed by a state Supreme Court, which appears from lower courts. The structure and selection of judges are determined by each state. So, like I said, many people get it misconstrued that the president is like the king in America. Well, he's not. He doesn't have. He has to confer with the other branches of the government, the legislative branch and the judicial branch, in order to make decisions. You don't just make decisions on his own. That's not how the government works in America. Although when a national emergency is declared, the president can ask Congress to give him broad executive powers, which is only allowed in cases of a national emergency. And consequently, there's been national emergencies for every president I believe, since John F. Kennedy. I'll have to go look into that. But yeah, um, there's no king in America. There's three branches of government. Three branches of government, and the people's lack of education in civics is a big problem as well. The study of rights and duties of citizenship. People don't really have a civic education, and they're definitely not teaching civics in school, in public school anyway. It's something you have to learn on your own time. But I just wanted to drop that one on you guys. And yeah, find out who is the governor in the state in which you live in. That's important. Everybody know who the president is, but not everybody knows who the executive branch of government is in the state in which they live in. And that's very important, in my opinion. But I'm going to say peace and blessings, and don't you dare go testing. And I'm going to talk to you guys later.